What's going on, Galaxy? It's Mainstar to Starfish. Come back with another video. Today, we have a Floowandereeze guide. Yeah, Floowandereeze is a super easy deck on the base level of just like getting your combos done. But I want to show some special interactions that aren't as common. So let's just hop right into it. So we are going to start with just the baseline combo. If you have Robin in hand, Robin is full combo. You guys have seen this everywhere, so I'm not going to dwell too much on it, but I'll run through it once. And I'm going to cite back this as Robin combo, okay? So you normal summon the Robin. Robin is going to trigger. Robin searches you out your Eaglin, Eagle to hand. Then you normal summon your Eagle via the Robin effect. If your Robin effect gets negated, you do not get the extra normal summon. You have to resolve your first effect to get the extra normal summon. So same thing with Eagle. They all have that same effect. So Eagle's going to get you the effect. It's going to search you out your Empen to hand, and then you tribute these two off. They get banished because whenever they leave the field face up, they are banished instead. So then you can activate Empen effect, and after you trigger Empen, you actually, a lot of the time, you want to, depending on your hand, if you have another baby in hand, like if you have a Stri or a Toccan in hand, you want to add back Eagle. But in this situation, say no other card in your hand is playable, you add back your Robin. So you get Robin in hand, Chainlink 1 Empen, Chainlink 2 Robin. Then you go into your deck and you just search out your trap. Then you set the trap and you pass turn. That's the base combo. And where you go from here is you actually say during their turn standby main, they do anything and you want to start interacting. You want to get your say you want to Ryza them. You want to Mega Ryza them. They summon out their I don't know, and literally anything. You activate your map or your Dreaming Town. You normal summon Robin. Chainlink 1 Robin, Chainlink 2 Eagle. You get Eagle to hand, and most of the time off this Robin, you're going to want to search out. Um, you're gonna want to search out your Stri. Stri to hand is actually probably the best. Or you can get DD Crow if you end up doing this earlier. If you do this and they haven't committed yet, you should probably grab DD Crow. But if they are starting to commit to things, you want to grab Robin. So then after the Robin, you normal summon the Eagle. Eagle effect. You don't have to do this exact order, but it's probably for the best. So after you use Eagle, or say before you use Eagle, if they have like something in graveyard, say for some reason they have DPE already in grave, or they have say in the PK matchup they have like one of their guys that they're about to banish. You do Stri first, and then you normal summon Eagle off the Stri. It will leave one guy on board, but that's okay. Off of Eagle, you have to grab. Oh, you have to actually there it is. You grab Mega Monarch, or you can also grab Apex Avian. You normally want to grab Ryza first, though. The only time you grab Apex Avian is if they force this out of you and they haven't committed to anything yet. Like if they've not committed to a single card yet, you grab Apex Avian because then you set up an Omni negate. But if they are already committing to their board, you grab Ryza. Then off of this, you're going to tribute off these two guys. You could still Stri if you need to, but it's not exactly required. So, these guys go to the banish pile. And since they were both wait, yeah, so now you chain block with Ryza. So you go Ryza effect, chain Eagle, or sorry, Robin. You chain Robin because you already have added back Eagle this turn, and now Ryza gets its effect. That is the baseline, and you pretty much just keep recycling everything off. You can Book of Eclipse their board after you tribute the Ryza, so you get this thing banished, and it's ready for next turn. As soon as you get normal summon Robin, you next turn you normal summon Robin. You can add Toccan from deck to hand, and then Toccan gets back your Dreaming Town because it's not actually only a Floowandereeze monster. It's actually any Floowandereeze banished card. So that's the baseline combo. That is how you initially play the deck. So that's pretty much it that we're gonna do for the starting combo. All right, next up we have this is what everyone will believe to be the absolute best full combo you can have if you're just doing two cards. This is like the bread and butter, you know, what you want to see turn one really. So you activate the Floowandereeze map. The map says during main phase reveal one level 1 Floowandereeze and banish one with a different name. Note that this is not cost. You do not reveal for cost, okay? So do not reveal You don't want them to know what you have if they end up like say they DPE in response and they pop your map, which is probably their best pop in the whole deck. So if they're mapping, if you're mapping, do not reveal for cost. So we're gonna use the effect. We're going to go into our extra deck, or not our extra deck, our main deck, and we're actually gonna banish the eagle this time. Uh, Once eagle is banished and you normal summon Robin, you activate Robin effect, chain block with eagle, so you get eagle to hand. And then now Robin gets its search. So here you have a few options actually. So if you want to go for optimal chain blocking, so if you feel like they have like an Ash or something, say you're going second, they have like a Baron on board, and you need to chain block, you grab your Simorgh Bird of Perfection. It is a valid target off of Robin. Robin says a level 4 or lower winged beast monster, so it fits it. So you add the Simorgh monster, and you still normal summon the eagle. If they don't have anything, if you don't think they have any kind of interaction for your board, instead of grabbing the Simorgh, you can actually just grab DD Crow. DD Crow is a perfectly fine search. One of the only hand traps you should be running in your deck. So now when Eagle is normal summoned and it activates its effect, you actually have priority over your opponent to chain block with your Simorgh. So normal summon of Eagle, it opens up its own effect of on normal summon, if this card is normal summoned, and also Simorgh's effect of if you normal summon. So you go Chainlink 1 Eagle, then reveal Chainlink 2 Simorgh. So you get to normal summon your Simorgh, and trigger. Then once it's triggered, immediately affects results. Normal summon one Simorgh monster. So yeah, okay. So this will be on its own chain. Just making sure it's on its own chain. So Eagle will now search. Going to grab you an Empen again. So now Empen in hand. And then immediately normal summon. So you tribute off these two. They'll be banished. To banish pile and to banish pile. And now you actually have a lot of chain blocks. So you can actually chain block both of these guys. So you go Chainlink 1 Empen, it's most important. Chainlink 2 Simorgh. And Chainlink 3, you do your Robin. So you get Robin to hand. Then you get your Simorgh effect. So you'll go to your deck and you'll banish, or not banish, you'll send to grave this your extra Simorgh, because you're never gonna really need to do multiple. And you actually get to add your Elborz to hand. This is an extra follow-up play, or extender if you do get stopped somewhere. You can also, personally, I like to run Simorgh Repulsion. It is like, you discard one and you return all back row your opponent has to hand. It's really good in the Phantom Knights matchup, and also the Eldritch matchup. So I personally like it more than the field spell, but you can run either. I'm showing the Elborz because most people will tell you to run it. It's just like my own take. Anyways, so you add this, and now the Empen gets to search. So you view your deck, and you go and get the trap yet again. Then, so chain is fully resolved. You can set this and have this as a follow-up play for your next turn. If you guys don't know what Elborz is actually doing, it says if you control a Wind Winged Beast monster, you can immediately, after this effect, normal summon one Winged Beast monster. So if you open like Simorgh plus Eagle, you actually can normal summon, you can normal summon, Simorgh after activating Elborz, and then, with the effect of the map, normal summon Eagle. You can also just do it the other way of Eagle effect, to normal summon the Simorgh, which is fine. It's not exactly the best. So Eagle effect, normal search out your Empen, grab normal summon Simorgh off of the Eagle effect. Then you can activate Elborz since you control a Windwing Beast. Tribute off those two for the Empen. It's just another way to get more monsters on board. So that's the baseline of if you open Robin plus Map, which is really good. Everything was chain blocked there, so you never ever got ashed. There was not a single chance for them to ash you in this entire play. Not one time. The only cards you have to be worried about are like Imperm, Veiler, yeah, mainly Imperm and Veiler are the two ones that are the most annoying for you to deal with. So let's move on to another form of combo. Okay, so sometimes you aren't going to have Robin in hand. That's okay though. So we're going to show you the inverse of the previous play. Basically, it's really similar. So we're just going to speed through it since everybody knows the effects by now. And if you don't, just go back to the last part and you can see what the effects are actually doing. Activate map, view, you banish Robin. You have to banish Robin here. Banish Robin, normal summon Eagle, Eagle effect, chain link 1, chain link 2. You add back to your hand your Robin. You view. And actually, cool thing is, map can't even be ashed because it actually doesn't do anything. It's not like, yeah, you just can't get ashed. So still, no ashes are going to be happening thus far. So at this point, you actually add your Empen to hand. Then you normal summon your Robin. Unfortunately, this play is not as good as the last one because you can actually get stopped here. So Robin effect, if you actually, it's honestly fine. So say they do stop this. Say they ash, they imperm, they veiler, they do whatever to your Robin right now. It's fine because what you do is you haven't normaled for turn. You've only normaled off your map effect, so you can still tribute these two off. But we're going to assume that they do not. So we get our Robin effect. Robin effect is going to go search us out. Realistically, you can go for Samorg here. Samorg is fine, but it's not nearly as good as DD Crow would be. So you can add your DD Crow to hand. Then you tribute off these two. For your Empen, chainlink 1, chainlink 2, your Eagle. Add Eagle to hand. Get your search of your Empen. Empen's going to set you the trap. That's really it. And then you can do our the bread and butter of Ryza during their turn. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. So even if you open up Eagle and map, it's still fine. You're still doing just fine. The only difference is now with Eagle in hand, you have to get you do a separate order of the Robin. So when you normal summon this, you'll get the Robin back. You'll search out your Big Bird. Then you normal summon Robin. Robin is a choke point, so if they do have something to stop your Robin, you might be screwed. So that's okay. Typically, you're going to want to wait on your trap until your map resolves. So most decks have to normal summon a monster during their turn. So, you know, whenever there's a normal summon, you want to map first and try to get your board going. You can make avian off of the map effect, and if they stop map, then you have the trap as backup. So at the end of the day, that's not too bad. It's just the same combo. It's not really different in any way, but just changes the order just slightly. Literally just swaps Robin and Eagle. So let's get into another combo. All right. So now you might be thinking, Star, come on, man. What do I do when I open Toccan? That's not one of my searchers. That thing is literally here just for follow-up plays. What the hell am I supposed to do with this thing? I'll show you. So, when you open up Map+Toccan and say you have just 3 other dead cards, completely useless. Say like a Book of Moon or something. Just not a useful card at the moment, okay? Here's what you do. You activate your map, you do your map effect. You want to banish you want to banish a Robin and get your Toccan. So, in this situation, it's actually really funny because you want to do chainlink 1 Robin, chainlink 2 Toccan. The reason you do that order is because if Toccan gets stopped, if you do chainlink 1, chainlink 2 Robin, and Toccan gets stopped, it's not as good. So you want to do chainlink 1 Robin, chainlink 2 Toccan. So Toccan is going to get you your Robin to hand, and then normal summon the Robin off via its own effect. And then now you pretty much just do bread and butter. We're not going to go through it every single turn because it's just not, you don't need to. Robin here, you search Eagle, Eagle searches you Empen, Empen tributes off 2 of these guys. You pretty much always want to tribute off the Toccan plus Robin. Actually, you could do Toccan plus Eagle. It doesn't even matter. It does not even matter. It just depends on the rest of your hand. So that's literally all you have to do with Toccan plus map. And next up, we'll just show you, I guess we'll just get all the baby birds done with map and see what you can do. Okay, so now what if we have Stri plus map? This is honestly the worst combination of map plus bird. It's very bad. So here's what you have to do. You have to activate the map, use the map effect, you have to banish your Robin again. The reason that this is the worst is because now when you normal summon Stri, if you're going first and there's nothing in the graveyards, it's not as good. If there's something in the graveyards, the Stri is fine. But since there isn't, you can't actually activate Stri's effect, so you can only do Robin here. So if Robin gets stopped, your turn stops. So you bring Robin to hand via its own effect. It's just chain link 1. And then you have to normal for turn with your Robin. So if they stop you here, you're kind of screwed. But if you aren't, if that's your only way of playing, well then that's your only way of playing. There's not really much more you can say. So yeah, good luck if this is happening. Hope they don't have any interaction with you. Or hope that they already dropped something into their graveyard for some reason, if you're going first. Or you did. Say you had a duality, right? Say you dualitied and you dug and found the map. You know, so you Stri, map in hand, and the duality's engraved. You can actually banish your own duality, and then you can combo off, and it doesn't you don't actually use your normal for turn. And you get the chain block. So that's kind of the concept that you need to know there. Overall, not as good. I mean, it's not like I can recommend you do something else. This is the only play that you can do with these two in hand. So let's move on to the next combo. All right, yeah, and everyone's had these kind of hands where it's just Empen plus Advent. It's not as good as everything as like other plays because you're like, what the hell am I supposed to do in this situation? I'll show you. So if you're only running one Empen, which I find to be the best strat, most people, like actually, 9 out of 10 people will say that double Empen is better than double Ryza. I prefer double Ryza over double Empen, but that's just me. So say you only have your one Empen though, and you're like, well shit, I'm gonna lose my Empen. I've got the fix for you. So here's what you do. You activate your map, or your Advent of Adventure. You banish the Empen from hand. Don't worry, we'll be getting it back. You will go to your deck. You're going to add your your Robin to hand. You're going to normal summon Robin. And instead of going for either DD Crow, Samorg, or Eagle, you actually, in this situation, you grab Toccan incredibly early. So now you normal summon Toccan. Toccan effect is going to get you back the Empen to hand. Empen's going to be here. You tribute off these two. They'll go to banish pile. And you get your Empen. Then Empen effect, you chain block with only Robin. I'll put them in the banish pile. You only want to use Robin in this situation, so you have another chain block ready for next turn. So you add back the Robin, and you get your trap card, and you call it a day. And at the end of this, you still have full combo. You still have Empen on board. You still will have your Dreaming Town set, and you'll have your Robin for next turn. Robin on your follow up during their turn, you're going to use Robin's effect, and you have to grab your Eaglin. It is required. If you do not, you will lose. You have to grab Eagle, and then you do the bread and butter. So overall, that is a way to play if you only have Empen and Adventure in hand. If say it's not Empen, say if it is Ryza in hand. Say you have either Ryza or Apex Avian or even Simorg. If you have any of these non combo cards, so DD Crow, Simorg, Avian, Ryza, or Empen in hand. If you have any of them in hand, when you use your Advent and Adventure and banish it, as long as Empen, if Empen is in deck, you don't grab a Toccan, you grab Eagle. So Advent and Adventure, banish the extra one. Say it's the Ryza. We'll say Ryza. So Advent, banish Ryza, add Robin, normal or search Eagle, normal Eagle, do bread and butter. That's kind of the way you had to play it. But if Empen is the only target in your hand and it's your only copy, you have to go Toccan line. You have to go Toccan. So it actually, Advent Adventure gives Toccan more use, which it didn't really have prior to Bach. I think it was Bach. So overall, kind of a niche combo, but it is something you need to know because if you see those two in hand, say you see Advent and Empen, you're like, I guess I have to pass turn. Make sure you don't. You'll be winning more games. Okay, so we went through pretty much all the relevant 2-card combos in the deck. I showed you pretty much what happens when you have Simorg plus a Eagle or a Robin. Simorg plus the other two doesn't really do anything since they're not searching out anything. So Simorg plus Toccan, you're not going to do anything with it. If you do Simorg plus Stri, it's also not going to do anything. So that's not really a combo. You better hope you have a way to dig for better cards. So from here, we're going to show a 3-card combo. It's kind of just a way that you can broaden your mind so you're not doing the same play every single turn. If you have a Dreaming Town or a yeah, if you have Dreaming Town, Map, and a Robin, this can also be a Eagle. You have a different combo actually. It's a little slight difference, but it's still very important to make sure you do. So when you activate the map, you're gonna do map banishing. You banish Eagle. Actually, you don't even have to banish Eagle if you don't want to, but I would banish Eagle, just so you get a DD Crow to hand. So your normal Eagle, chain link 1, chain link 2, you add back your Eagle, then you go and search. If you want to, if you are afraid of hand traps, don't grab DD Crow, grab your Simorg. So here, we're going to play the safe route. We're going to grab our Simorg, then normal summon our Eagle. Since Eagle is normal summoned, we're going to go chain link 1, Eagle effect, chain link 2, Simorg effect. So normal summon Simorg, Eagle is going to search us. We're going to go grab our Empen again. Our Empen is down here. And now, make sure you guys remember this. This is very important, incredibly important. When you go to normal summon this Empen, do not tribute your Simorg. You have to get rid of these two. If you tribute off your Simorg, you don't actually have your follow-up play with Simorg effect. Simorg will not be able to chain block your Empen, and it won't even actually get a search. So we don't want that. So you banish off these two guys off the tribute summon. This is the resolution of Eagle's effect. So now when Empen is triggered, chain has resolved. It's a new chain of Empen. Empen has a window, Simorg has a window, and these two, Robin has a window. So now with, you go chain link 1, chain link 2, chain link 3, Robin. You add Robin to hand. Then you go Simorg effect. You go and send your Simorg from deck to graveyard, and you add your Elborz. Elborz up here. Like I said, that can be Simorg repulsion, but it doesn't really matter. It just depends on which one you are running. And now Empen. So with this Empen effect, you are actually adding either you can easily add Advent of Adventure. I would not recommend it though. It is a way for you to dodge effects on fields. It is a way. And it also is a win con in time. But most of the time, you're actually going to want to add your unexplored winds. So now you have an unexplored winds to activate during your turn, and this will make it so you can actually use your Ryza and tribute off one of their cards. It's pretty much, so that makes it so Ryza is removing 4 cards from play. Not banished, removing them, so putting them back into the deck or into the hand. So now you have 2 different ways to get another normal summon. You'll have your unexplored winds to continue your play. You have an 1800 beater and a 2700 beater with their floodgate. That's basically the only difference, is now you have an unexplored winds, but that makes a ton of difference when you're doing their turn. Like I said, it seems like it's just so little, but this is tributing off a whole nother card. If you don't want to main deck this card, that is perfectly fine. Until something like Dragoons becomes Dragoon becomes relevant again, this card is not required to main deck. It's recommended because it does help try to fix hands with the drawing, and it also attempts to break boards. Most of the time, this is a great card if you want to bait out a negate or a DPE effect. It's really that. Most of the time, you're probably not going to be resolving this. You're tributing off their card. And the final option I would say is you can tribute over skill drains with this. So that's one very relevant thing that you gotta keep in mind. So let's move on to another combo. Okay, so I went through mostly all of the important combos you're gonna have to know. And so now we're gonna move on to the hand trap blocking section. So we're just going to show you pretty much the best way to be chain blocking whenever you're in your games. So I'm not saying that you have to have all these cards, but I'm showing you all the different scenarios. So say you have Robin in hand as your 1-card combo. Your cards in deck that you're going to be using for chain blocking is Simorg in hand, Book of Moon on field or in hand. Same with Advent of Adventure. Or also any other baby bird in your banished pile. So when I normal summon this Robin, right? Basically, you chain block in every single in any way you want. So normal the Robin, you can either A, use one of your effects in your banish pile, which is most likely what you want to be doing unless it's another Robin. Your best play is normally to chain block it with either Eagle, Toccan, or Stri. Any of those work whenever they're banished. It's a chain block. Your next best one is actually Simorg. Simorg will get you away pretty much onto field and get just another beater with more follow-up plays. This is if you're trying to block Ash, really. This is all of these guys are for Ash. Any baby bird and Simorg all dodge Ash Blossom, which is super good. Super good. Your Book of Moon and your Floowandereeze and the Advent of Adventure, these two block the Veiler and the Empen. So, say they Empen me on my Robin effect. Even if I chain one of these guys, I'm still gonna have my Robin negated. So, that's not to say you shouldn't actually activate a banished one. You should always activate Robin and chain block it with something to guarantee you're not getting ashed. And then if they activate something like droplets and they don't send a spell, droplets or a Empen or a Veiler, you chain Advent, Adventure, or Book of Moon, whichever one you have. Advent, it's gonna trigger. You're gonna banish your Robin, and then Robin's effect is still gonna trigger because it's no longer a valid card on the field for the previously stated cards to negate. So, and you actually get to search out your map, or you can get another monster if you do need something else in rotation. So if you want, you can do this. Say you had no other cards, say it was just Robin and Adventure in hand. You can use Adventure's effect to grab the Eagle, and then Robin's effect to go and grab DD Crow or Simorg. So then your whole play is still covered. And then same with Book of Moon, but with Book of Moon, when you activate this, remember this is a very important ruling for you guys to know, is that you have to set your monster. And whenever a set Floowandereeze is sent to the is attributed, it actually goes to the graveyard. It is no longer face up, so it's actually not known as a Floowandereeze monster, and therefore going to the graveyard. The way that you have to get these out is you have to Stri them, and then you have to Toccan the card that you Stried. This works for any Floowandereeze card actually. So say you wanted to recycle Advent of Adventure, the map, the trap card, the unexplored winds. Basically, if this is engraved, you normal Stri, you banish the Advent of Adventure, Toccan is going to add it back, and then you get to recycle every Floowandereeze card that exists, which is awesome. We just recycle everything. That's why you only run one Toccan, and that's why you only need to run one Stri. You just recycle everything. If your Stri is sent to the graveyard, you have 1, 2, 3 ways of getting it back. The ways that you get those back is you DD Crow. Oh, sorry, you can't actually DD Crow. So you have 2, but that's fine because that's still 2 whole ways to get it back. You have to Ryza. You have to Ryza it back to the top of your deck, and that's fine because if anything, you're still removing 2 cards from their field by sending one to the top of their deck and one to their hand. That's still very good Ryza value. So that's basically everything for the combo video of chain blocking and also showing off different combos that you might run into. There are more combos that I did not show, such as combos with Elborz, but they're not really too relevant for me to go over because they're not going to be difficult combos. It's basically, I'll show you guys really quickly. Let me show you. Last one. So for the Elborz, say you have Elborz, Eagle, and then either DD Crow. Yeah, so it has to be either DD Crow, Toccan, or Stri. If you have any of those in hand, basically any baby bird that will make it so you cannot continue your play. With Elborz plus the Eagle, and then that third one, you can still play. So you activate Elborz effect. Elborz effect to normal. Sorry, you've just activated. You normal summon your Eagle. Your Eagle is going to search you out your Empen. Wherever Empen is. Here we go. And then you normal summon DD Crow off of the Eagle effect, which is kind of sad, but it is your only way of doing it. So now, what you can do is you activate the other effect of Elborz, and Elborz will now, it'll reveal a level 5 or higher winged beast in your hand, and then I can normal summon it for 1 less tribute. So now, actually, you want to tribute off your Eagle for your Empen, which is super, super cool. Because, well, this is banished. And then now, chain link 1, chain link 2, eagle. You get your eagle back to hand. You go through your deck and you add the trap to hand. You set your trap, and then you go on their turn. Now, if the reason you tribute off the Empen and not the DD Crow is because now when you activate this on their turn and you normal summon the eagle, you have another monster that you don't have to tribute off your own Empen, which is super cool. This is very specifically just the DD Crow version of the combo. If you say instead of DD Crow, you have we'll just for simplicity's sake, we'll say you have Stri in hand, or we'll do Toccan. I just saw it. So say you had Toccan in hand for all of this. We'll go to top it. Let's just run through the combo really quickly once more. So you activate the map or the Elborz. You normal summon. Oops. Normal summon eagle. Eagle effect will add your Empen. Then you normal summon Toccan off the eagle. Then Simorg effect. You can tribute off. You can lower the level of Empen if you want to, and just tribute off the eagle. Or if you don't want to do that, which I don't know why you wouldn't want to do it, if you banish off these two, and then normal summon the Empen, you have to go and grab. Actually, no, I just thought of it. Sorry, you have to lower the Empen's. You have to make it so it's one less tribute. Like that is mandatory. To make it one less tribute, because if you do not, then you get stuck. So say you activate the Dreamy Town during their turn. Activate Dreamy Town. Then eagle to hand. Oh, sorry, eagle to hand off the Empen. Sorry, I'm tripping on my words. When you activate this and you normal summon your eagle, chain link 1, chain link 2 Toccan, you won't have another way to get another guy on board. So you have to make it so the Empen is one less tribute, which is fine. That just shows how much more important Elborz is, and I've convinced myself that this card is absolutely really, really, really good in the deck. It's literally a common, 20 cents. Just find it from somebody else. But yeah, basically, guys, that is it for the whole deck combo portion slash stopping everybody from hand trapping you, chain blocking. I'm gonna post the deck list at the end of the video, so just stick around. It'll be literally in a few seconds. I'm gonna go over my deck list. So see you guys there. And we are back with the deck list, guys. Okay, so we're only going to go over main deck stuff. I think this is the most optimal main deck build that I could think of personally. You guys can side whatever you want, but I think the only cards that are required for the side deck are Harpy's Feather Storm at 3 and Cosmic Cyclone at 3. Those are the only ones I can personally think of that are absolutely required. Because there's some matchups like zombies that you need your cards for, and going first when you resolve Harvey's Featherstorm, you should win the game. I can't think of a reason you should lose the game. I beat Sword Soul while I bricked because I had Featherstorm. It saved me. So let's go on to the deck profile. Basically, it's a little out of order, but we'll go from left to right. So DD Crow, it's just one of the only hand traps you run. Same with D-Shifter. These are the 4 hand traps you run in the entire deck. D-Shifter is one of the, it's honestly top 3 most powerful fucking hand traps ever created. Top 2 probably. Yeah, actually no. It's either this or Max C. Basically just a macro from hand is crazy card. Absolutely required. This deck is Rogue if you don't run this. I think it's a tier 1 contender with it, and it goes to Rogue if you don't run D-Shifter, which is nuts. DD Crow is just a follow-up search off of Robin that you can easily cut if you wanted to run like the barrier statue instead. That's definitely valid, but I prefer DD Crow personally, just because it's reactive, searchable, and I think removing cards from graveyards in this current format, is actually way better. It's not even close. Way better than any other, like, just stopping them from searching hand trap. Because when you remove a card from the graveyard versus, like, Sword Soul or PK, you are just sitting pretty. You don't have to worry about a damn thing. Because they're just struggle. So yeah, really good card. Next up, we're going to go through, I don't know why it sorts like this, but basically you have 3 Eagle, people call this a 3-1-1 spread, where you run 3 Eagle, 3 Robin, 1 Stri, 1 Toccan. You can run Stri at 2 instead of the DD Crow if you'd like, just for more names. Definitely valid. I've recently just swapped over to the DD Crow idea. just because I think I like it. Token is mandatory one. You never run more than one token, ever, ever, ever. You won't even resolve token most games, which is funny. Uh, you don't need to resolve token, but you do need it in case you're in a grind fest, which this deck wins a lot of time. Um, Empen at 1, 2 Ryza, and 1 Avian. Most people will tell you 2 Empen, 1 Ryza. I personally like the concept of looping Ryza with itself repetitively if you are in grind games. Um, People will argue Empen is better though because Empen has its floodgate ability, and also if you get like Dark Rulered, then when your Empen goes offline, you have no way of activating Empen again. But that actually depends on your hand. Sometimes you can actually do it. So say you find a way that you tribute off your Empen, then you Stri it, then Tocan it, then you can actually summon Empen again on their turn, which is you need a lot of cards to be able to do that. To pretty much have these two in rotation as well. Anyways, I still think 1 Empen is better, 2 Ryza and 1 Avian. Feel free to shift it around as you like, but 1 Avian is perfect, at least 1 Ryza and at least 1 Empen. Like I said, these two can flip. Next up, we have our Simorgh package of just 3 regular Simorgh Bird of Perfections. This is a new card. It's 20 cents. Go buy it right now. Go pick it up. Look in your bulk. I found 2 of mine just sitting there. I literally have the deck right here. It just looks better if I show through there. But basically, this card is incredible for getting your Elborz as a follow-up, or Simorgh Repulsion, which I still really like Simorgh Repulsion as a better search target off of this rather than Elborz. Elborz is better to open if you can't see your map, but Repulsion is better to search. Basically, this card is just here to chain block and get more monsters on board. 1800 is a lot of attack. A lot of attack. So it's searchable off of Robin. Robin searches most things in this deck, and whatever it searches everything else. So I like 1 Book of Moon. You can go put in more Book of Moons, but it was just the most cuttable card when I was making room for other cards. It's good for breaking boards. Breaking boards, they just won't have more things on board for you to have to deal with. Then there's also chain blocking with it to dodge hand traps, so really nice. 1 Called by the Grave, mandatory. This card is needed because it helps stop hand traps. We don't run Crossout because with all this new support of the Simorghs, plus the Advent of Adventure, all from the same set, we don't have room for as many hand traps. So you don't really need to run Crossout, and Crossout's really bricky. It does have its merits of, being a semi-searcher, but it's not as good. I think Dark Ruler in the main deck is actually perfect for the deck. I don't see too many other people main it. Most people side it. But if you're going second in this format, you're most likely going to lose if you don't see Dark Ruler. You have to open the nuts, which this deck already bricks. You have to open the nuts to play through everything and play it perfectly. So I think Dark Ruler makes that a lot easier. Just breaks the boards down. You can also do like evenly matched if you want. I recommend evenly in the side though, with Dark Ruler in the main. Next up we have Elborz. This is our search target off of Simorgh. You guys already saw what it can do for the deck. Very, very useful card to help really bricky hands. Next up, 3 of the best spell card ever released for this deck. Floowandereeze and the Advent of Adventure. It's basically it's a quick play Rhoda / terraforming that also stops some hand traps, which is stupid that it can do all of that in one. Absolutely bonkers that it can do that all. And it's a win con in time, since you gain 500 life for no reason. There's really no reason to gain 500 life, but we do, so that's nice. The best spell card in the deck, truly, is the card that you search off of Advent Adventure. This card is full combo, as long as you see either Robin or Eagle, and even a combination of these two, depending on what else you open, is the nuts. It's a reactive quick play, or not quick play, field spell, that also allows you to continue your plays. Next up we have Unexplored Winds. This card can be sided. I will not lie to you guys, it can be sided. But I think in the main deck it is fine at 1. You search it when you need it. It's good for the mine matchup. You can just tribute over just any card that they have. Incredible. Really helps for fixing hands. Next up we have our pots. We have 3 Duality, 3 Prosperity. Most people will say, Prosperity is too expensive. Can I run Extravagance in its place? And yes, you can. It's not nearly as good ever. I have not run into a single situation where I'd rather activate Extrav over Prosperity. in a deck where you have one card combos, or you have a two card combo, but you have so many ways of getting to it. Prosperity gets you to, say you need an eagle, say you needed a big bird, say you needed a robin. It gets you to everything, literally everything. Say it gets you to dark ruler. Most people won't stop prosperities, which is really cool for us because if you do need it, you can go and grab called by or dark ruler. Super super nice. Or if you want to, just add a chain block card. Add your Advent of Adventure. Add your Simorg. Add your Elborz. Add your field spell. Hell, add your trap if you want to. You can, but I would not recommend it. But hell, add anything. It's stupid good. Really quick, I will say to you guys, it's kind of self-explanatory, but if you have duality and prosperity in hand, you prosperity first, then you duality. Um, because you don't really care about cards being at the bottom of your deck because you're just gonna shuffle them back. But if you shuffle your deck first and then put cards at the bottom of your deck, you guarantee are not seeing them. So you want to make sure you find, because there's not many cards in this deck where you're like, I don't want to see this the whole game. You want to see literally every card in this deck. Maybe not all at once, but you want to see them at one point. So, overall, really useful. Terraforming gets you to Elborz or map. I don't think there's a single situation. Okay, there's very minor situations where you want to go Elborz over the map, but there are them. And the final, Dreaming Town. This card's recyclable. Never run it more than one. You search it and recycle, and it's a floodgate, or kind of a floodgate. It helps break boards. So overall, guys, that is it for the deck profile. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you go down there, hit the subscribe button. Tell me how you guys feel about the list. If there's a combo I messed up on, or if there's a combo that you guys like to do that I didn't go over, go ahead and post it. I'll be actually probably working on a doc for a spreadsheet, or a spreadsheet to just show combo lines of basically how to play the deck. The combo lines are easy for the deck, but the hard part is playing reactive correctly. If you guys do enjoy more Floowandereeze content, let me know in the comments as well, because I will make more content if you guys enjoy it. I know the video is long, but I will be putting the timestamps in the description, or whatever the chapters are. I will be doing those. So, alright guys, get on out of here. Have a great day. Stay safe out there. It's a crazy world.